Dear students of class 10th English Literature, today our topic is the Ganga, written by Jawaharlal Nehru. Students, this chapter and the title the Ganga is related to the will and testament of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru that was written on 21st of June in 1954. Students, in this will and testament, Pandit Nehru says how to dispose of his ashes. Now, this is M. Rahman and you are attending ORAC classes of English language. Please students, if you want to continue your chapters, please subscribe our channel ORAC classes of English language. Please like, comment and share. Now let's understand what does Jawaharlal Nehru say in this lecture number 3. He describes the Ganga about his moods. Now see lecture number 3. Students, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru give a vivid description of the moods of the Ganga here. Smiling and dancing in the morning sunlight. Students, I have tried to underline the important phrases and parts of the sentence as these are going to be used in your answers. You can be asked a question. When we have a question in our mind, then to understand the text becomes easy and we are more focused. Smiling and dancing in the morning. How does Ganga look like in the morning? The answer is in the morning Ganga looks smiling and dancing. Okay, next question becomes how does Ganga look in the evening? The question is the Ganga looks in the evening dark and gloomy and full of mystery as the evening shadow falls. As the evening shadow falls means evening time. Now you have smiling and dancing in the morning sunlight means when the day breaks in the morning sunlight, Ganga looks smiling and dancing, and it looks full of darkness and it looks very sad and full of mystery, means nothing can be predicted when there is darkness. And now third question is how does Ganga look like in winter? Then the answer is in winter a Ganga looks a narrow, slow and graceful stream in winter. Now students, let's understand why is she narrow, why is it slow? Because there is no monsoon, there is no more water in the Ganga. Because in monsoon water comes to the Ganga and it becomes in large quantity, but in winter season there is slow speed of water, that's why it is slow. And it's narrow because on the banks of the Ganga there is no water, and it's a graceful stream. Graceful means it's a very elegant in style of flowing water because it is very slow during winter. Now this is the question, the Ganga looks as a narrow, slow and graceful stream in winter. Now student, there is one more important question is there, how does Ganga look like during the monsoon? Then dear student, the answer is the Ganga looks very roaring. Roaring means just like a giving loud noise like a lion roar, a dangerous sound. It creates such a sound that everybody is unable to speak in this sound. Think during the monsoon because there is water and the flowing water makes such a noise that it makes us unable to listen anything. Broad-bosomed means the water of the Ganga reaches up to the banks of the Ganga. It means it covers the banks, broad-bosomed, just like large-chested man, almost as the sea, and it becomes like an ocean. Like an ocean. Why? Because in monsoon season there is a large amount of water in the Ganga. Something of sea's power of destroy. And students, when there is a large number of water in the Ganga, it has a great power of destruction. The Ganga, okay, now let's understand it again. How does Ganga look like in the monsoon? Ganga look like in the monsoon like a vast roaring thing. She becomes broad-bosomed almost as the sea, and Ganga has something of the sea's power to destroy. Now Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru adds some other comments. The Ganga has been to me a symbol and memory of the past of India. Students, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, after observing all the modes of the Ganga, says that it's a symbol of memory of the past of India. Now, there may be a question, why is Ganga a symbol for Nehru, for Mr. Nehru? Then you will give the answer. Ganga had been a symbol to Nehru because it gives some memory memory of the past of India, running into the present and flowing onto the great ocean of future. Students, to take the meaning of this line is easy, but we'll have to grasp the deep sense of this last line of this lecture. Ganga is running in the present. Okay. Second thing. First thing, it is the memory of the past of India. I mean to say, Ganga has been attached. I am speaking with regard to the memory of the past. It means Ganga is related. Ganga knew every part of history of India. Okay, running into the present, Ganga is observing everything happening in India and flowing on to the great ocean of future, and it will continue flowing up to the future because human beings have no long life like Ganga. In this way, Ganga is part of our history, Ganga is a part of our present, and Ganga will carve our future. That's why Ganga has been a symbol of India's age-long culture and civilization because it's related to past, present and future. Students, in this way we can have 2 or 3 questions. In long question you can be given describe the modes of the Ganga, then you will describe in the morning, in the evening, in the winter and in the summer season. And now when you are asked about Ganga as a symbol, then you will write the last part of this paragraph in your answer. Students, I hope you understood this lecture very well. Please, if you liked our lecture and you gone through and understood very well, please subscribe our channel, share and please comment to us. Students, the related assignment are on our Instagram. You can say address of Instagram in description box. Thanks.